Got you on YouTube.
Huh?
Got you on YouTube. You don't even know it.
Yo, what's up? Well, listen here, YouTube. You know, I'm talking to my son. This is what we do every day. You know, we converse. You know, he's actually going to help me with my YouTube. So, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel right down there.
So my daughter told me she hates me. And I'm not gonna lie, most things don't get to me, but when my daughter told me she hates me, that took me to a whole nother world. It destroyed me, literally, mentally. It destroyed. Get control of myself. You know, so much been going on, you know, behind closed doors and stuff like that. You know, I'm fighting a different fight out here, guys. A lot of fathers go through a lot of stuff, you know, and I'm just out here, I'm fighting a different fight, you know. You guys just saw my father on YouTube just now. I just had him up there, you know. I speak to my dad a lot, you know, a lot. He helps me out with a lot of things that you know, I go to him for a lot of advice. And I want my kids to have the same thing, that same, you know, that same feeling, because I know how I feel as an adult, able to go to my father and you know, get life advice from him, and it helps. It makes me feel good, you know. So just to have him around, I want to give the same to my children. I'm fighting a different fight, man. It's a lot of kids. It's a lot of girls. Let's not even say sons. It's a lot of girls that grow up today in society, and they're fast. They're just like jumping in bed with different men looking for love, you know, showing their bodies, you know, to get attention. A lot of those girls, they're missing a father. They're missing a male figure in their life, you know, helping them out down the line. And I want to be there for my daughters, man. I'm fighting a different fight. I'm making sure that they don't, you know, go house to house, living in house to house. They got a stable house where they grown up in. They're not changing schools. They're in one school. Making sure that, you know, I'm on top, you know, the same love that I'm giving my kids. You know, really honestly, I really wasn't getting that. I wasn't getting that. And how you were raised as a child affects you when you're an adult. The bottom line, it is. So I want to make sure every day that I'm there for my daughters, that I'm giving them the right guidance. I'm heavy on them with school. That's my dad right there, but I'm recording, so I'll get back to him, you know. So I'm heavy on them with school. I'm on their case. Hygiene, I'm on their ass. Cleaning up their room and stuff like that, I'm on them. You know, they get punishments, they get chores, they get all of this stuff, and a lot of kids don't realize, like, you know, this, they think it's like you order them around, like they don't like that type of structure. But these structures will help a child when they get older, because they're going to want to have a clean house. They're going to want to make up their beds. They're going to want to brush their teeth, stuff like that. You know, you want your children to grow up, you know, with good structures and manners, and so they can rub off on their kids, you know. It's almost like you got to reprogram. You know, if your kids are taught a certain way, they're going to go by that. So when they come into a new environment and it's all new for them, like, wow, like, you know, chores? I got to do this? Yeah, because I want better for you. If a parent is not really putting structure in their kid's life, you know, it's not a good thing. It's just not. It's not good. You know, they're gonna grow up with bad habits. And I love my kids. I want them to have good habits. It's a lot, YouTube, you know. And this fucking food from McDonald's is horrible. I'm gonna try to eat it anyway because I don't feel like cooking. Yeah, it's not much of a vlog today, you know, but I still said I'm gonna grant y'all with some content, you know. I just, you know, a lot of things been going on behind closed doors with with someone trying to break into my home. You know, life stuff with just, you know, as a parent, being a single parent, you know, I commend. So first of all, let me tell y'all before I jump into the conversation, I commend every single mother out there with two or more kids. With two or more kids. One kid, you know, I think that's like a break. When you have more than one, I see, because you know, when a woman starts getting to the dating field, it's difficult. Like some guys probably don't don't understand, hey, this I need this time, or maybe I can't go out today, stuff like that. And now that I am a single dad and I experience the things that women experience, I see. I commend them. I commend single, real mothers out there. I commend you ladies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just dealing with that. Yeah, this life stuff, man. It'll hit you up. It'll tear you up. And when my daughter, mind you guys, I don't know if every parent is going through this right now, but that online school shit, it just doesn't sit well with kids. Speaking with my kids, when they're in school and they're in front of an actual teacher, I get no problems. I get no problems when they at school. I get no problems. I know other parents can agree to that. But when kids at home, right, and they got them learning off these laptops, I mean, and there's not like someone can actually just be like, yo, be on this computer, because there's parents out there that gotta go to work every day. Still gotta go to work. So just to see, like, you gotta be, the kids when they have to actually get into the do the school at home and open them laptops. I mean, you think, come on, they're kids. They're gonna go jump onto Roblox or YouTube. Why you put a computer? Come on, just imagine if you put a computer from at school. They probably gonna do the same thing. So if you home, they're gonna do the same shit. And I know it's difficult for a lot of parents out there. I think a lot of them teachers are getting, we pay tax dollars to these teachers to educate our children. And we're doing their job. We're doing their jobs. They still getting paid. Listen, I'm going to go into all that, but this is bottom line. Like, we should not have, as parents, as tax paying people, we should not be sitting here doing their jobs, trying to educate. We're educating our child, making sure they're paying attention when they're getting paid. This is their job. They get paid for that. That's a whole nother thing. But, putting my child on punishment because she wasn't being focused in that. So, I had to reprimand her. I had to put her on punishment. And I am weak when it comes to my daughters. Maybe if I have a son, I'll probably be more harder on them and it wouldn't bother me as much. Because he's a man, he's supposed to understand it. But little girls, I got my weakness. Those are my angels. I can't. It's hard for me to even put them on punishment, because that shit. I would put my kids on punishment, and honestly, that shit would probably last a day. Probably, maybe, if I'm really feeling bad, that shit probably last an hour. And I hate that about myself, because I'm not teaching them. I'm not punishing them, making them learn from their mistakes when I do that. But all fathers got this little soft heart for their daughters, and I do. The one that says she hate me, honestly, it rubbed me the wrong way, because this is my daughter, and this one is like really attached to me. Like, every night she sleeps in my bed. She won't sleep by herself. She sleeps in my bed. Honestly, every night. Like, I could tell her go in her room and she would come running in my room late at night, sneaking there, everything. I could be, she so I let her, I'm a single dad. I let her, and I love her. I'm very attached to my girls. The affection she gives me. Sometimes she texts me throughout the day out of nowhere. I don't even ask for it. When you expect adults, like a friend or somebody, she would text me and be like, "Hey, Dad, how's your day?" And, those little things that count. And when she told me, she hated me, I mean, I know she was upset at the time, and because me putting on punishment and stuff like it. Just, I don't know, YouTube. I don't know if every father is like me, but I felt like, oh my God, I felt like I got hit by a car. I'm very soft when it comes to my kids, man. Yeah, enough rambling, YouTube. We're going to get back on it. We got the business going. You guys look out for Zavella. You guys make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Support. First of all, I commend everybody for, even on my last video, a lot of people, I got a lot of subscribers, so I appreciate that, guys. It means the world to me. I'm just trying out here, and just continue watching my videos, man. Subscribe to the channel. We got the clothing brand about to jump. Guys, Zavella's work is in the works right as we speak. Could be launching next week. Could be. I'm actually moving, so I think in March we're gonna be jumping. We're gonna be jumping everything in March. That's a definite. In March. I'm actually moving to a bigger spot so my kids can have more room and stuff like that. You know. And these are type of things. You know, when I do things like that, even when I do things like that, I'm moving for them. I'm here for them. I have no family here in North Carolina. It does not do me any well being here in North Carolina. You know, my whole family is in New York. My whole support, anyone I could depend on, is in New York. So it doesn't do me well. I'm only here because of my kids. You know, they want to. You know, they have a little brother here. You know, they can see their mom. If I didn't love my kids, I wouldn't even be here. I would not be right here. But I love my kids, and that's the sacrifice a father has to do. Sometimes as a parent, it's not about you anymore. It's about your kids. You know, you can't really. You know, a lot of people probably think different, but I'm all for my kids, man. I'm all for my kids, and that's my life. That's my life, and that's what's going to be for. I'm fighting a different fight out here. I'm fighting for them to have a good life, and I don't care what anyone got to say about it. Anything. That's just how I am. You know, I could have been a lot of, even as a parent, the way I am. Like I used to, how I handle things. If I get into like a little beef out here or something like that, like I will quick to jump in someone's ass. A single parent, not even say single parent, when you a full-time parent, it's much as it's gonna hurt, much as it's gonna make you feel like a punk or whatever. Certain situations I gotta walk away from, man, because at the end of the day, I can't get arrested for an hour or two or whatever and come home, or the next day I got children I gotta come home to. You know, that depend on me. So I gotta walk away from. I gotta bite my tongue for a lot of situations, man. You know, situations that I know I used to handle, reckless. But that's the change in me now. You know, that's a big change. So now I gotta watch who I let into my life. You know, there's people out there that people don't even care if you got kids. People will use you just for what you got, and don't even care the fact that you got children. They'll just take. As long as it benefits them, they'll take. They don't give a fuck about you or your kids. And it took me a long time to realize stuff like that. So now that I know things I have to look out for, I'm only learning by the day. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. And I'm going to make mistakes in life. So I'm learning from all of them. All right, YouTube. I'm done with rambling. I love my daughter. You guys, you're gonna see a lot of them. I like to put them on my YouTube stuff. So. Subscribe to the channel. Rock with your boy. I'm a little scruffy this morning. This is morning flow. This is morning. I'm morning. I'm up early. So, YouTube, I rock with you, man. You guys, happy Valentine's Day too to the ladies. Happy Valentine's Day. All right, YouTube, we out of here. And don't mind the grays. It was dark last week. It just got gray like this after my daughter said she hate me. So yeah, don't mind. YouTube, I'm out of here, baby.